Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. At 6 o'clock, we came to you with a message from the Perry County coroner. 80-year-old Richard Fluke had died in Hazard. No family had claimed him, and if nothing was done, he would have been buried alone in the Perry County Cemetery. But as we brought you that story, a man from Michigan saw our post about Richard and reached out to us. Richard was, in fact, this man's uncle. So tonight, a story of a family reuniting. In death, we're often provided resolution, a finality of sorts. But without a resolution, there is no end.
He deserves to be reunited with them, or some of them, if that's possible.
That was the plea made by Deputy Coroner Ashley Combs for 80-year-old Richard Fluke. This photo, the only reminder of who he was after he died Tuesday. Days of searching yielded no answers until a man in Michigan saw a Facebook post from here in the mountains.
My son texted me and said, "Dad, do we know a Richard Fluke?" And I said, "Yes."
That man on the phone is Richard's nephew, Bart. We weren't the only phone call he made.
Honestly, I had tears in my eyes.
He called Ashley too.
Can't explain it.
Bart and his family believed Uncle Dick, as they called him, had been dead for years. They were sad they could not be with him in his final days, but they find peace in the company he did have.
He was surrounded by people that enjoyed him, and that he was smart and had a great memory, and everyone just loved him. And I said, so not all bad in the end.
He lives in Michigan and is talking with his family about what comes next. We can tell you this, though. Richard was, in fact, a veteran. He spent time overseas, and if all goes as planned,
We will be able to bury him at the government cemetery, what he deserves.
this story
We want happy endings like this to happen more often.
will have resolution. Funeral arrangements are being planned right now, and if all goes as planned, Richard Fluke will be buried honorably in a veteran's cemetery.
Overall, it was a really beautiful day here in the mountains. We saw a few clouds, but really that clearing is what we've seen through the overnight hours. Let's check out those sunsets tonight, because they were absolutely gorgeous. This was taken over in Floyd County by Darren. You can see the beautiful sunset and just those big puffy clouds. And as we look into satellite and radar, you'll see those showers that we saw a little bit earlier today, mainly up to North Big Sandy region. You guys saw a couple of those, but those have been clearing out throughout the really afternoon and evening hours as that cold front pushed out of the mountains. Temperatures, well, they're a little bit on the chilly side, those mid to upper 50s, but we're going to see those temperatures drop pretty quickly as we head into the overnight hours. Those clear skies and those west to northwest winds make it feel pretty chilly as we head into the overnight hours. Upper 40s, mid to upper 40s for those overnight lows. Then we see plenty of sunshine though as we head into the rest of your Friday, and hopefully warm up pretty quickly. But you'll definitely need that jacket for the overnight hours. As from overnight and into early Friday, it's going to be a little bit on the chilly side. Good news is beautiful conditions return for your Friday. I'll also have a look at that Father's Day forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Connor.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Paige. Well, cleanup in Campbell County, Tennessee continues 1 week after deadly floodwaters swept through the area. Hundreds of volunteers are in the area helping victims. In fact, Lincoln Memorial University offered its physician's assistant students the option to go to class or to clean up. More than 90 of them showed up to help. Officials estimate the floods caused around $20 million in damage. And the Clay County Sheriff's Office is cracking down on several thefts in the area. Some they feel are connected to drug-related matters. Deputies arrested Dylan Collins, who had stolen items from Clay County's recycling tucker under a tarp on a trailer just off Highway 11. The day before, another theft occurred. Police got the call that someone's car was stolen from their yard. The car was later found burned on Jarvis Branch. Deputies say crime like this is usually a result of expensive habits, much like drug addiction. Police want to remind travelers to never advertise when you leave, and if you do, ask police for extra patrol.
They're taking away from people, hardworking people. I mean, and there's jobs for everyone.
To help investigate drug-related crimes, Clay County deputies plan to welcome a new canine member to their team. They need help raising money to purchase a cage, temperature gauge, and release system to accommodate Ghost's needs as he rides along on calls. To donate, you can call 606-598-3471. And a trailer was stolen from a family-owned feed store in Whitley County. Owners of Pruitt's Farm Supply say they noticed one of their trailers was missing in a lot across from the road from their store. On Tuesday, owners say the trailer is close to $2,000 to replace, and now they will have to get security cameras, which could total up to $4,000 in all.
You don't put money back for replacing stolen stuff, so it's pretty bad, but we'll just have to work through it.
Owners ask that if you have any information on the theft to contact the Whitley County Sheriff's Department. And vandals defaced a well-known mural in Louisville featuring the faces of Kentucky icons. The act targeted Muhammad Ali and on the Kentucky Rushmore mural. Using white and orange spray paint, the words racist, anti-Semitic, and homophobe have been scribbled across the display on the side of the building. Ali's eyes were also colored with orange paint. No arrests have been made yet. And the family of a missing Madison County mother is still holding on to hope she will find out what happened to her 5 months after she disappeared. Today, volunteers installed tip boxes around Garrett County, the last place Savannah Spurlock was seen. She disappeared in January. Surveillance photos show her leaving downtown Lexington with 3 men. No one has seen or heard from her since that night.
Just imagine it being your daughter or your sister or anybody in your own family. I mean, you would want somebody to do the right thing.
Volunteers say the tip boxes are in areas that will not be recorded by surveillance cameras. In November, Kentucky voters overwhelmingly supported a ballot measure that would grant guaranteed rights for crime victims. Those votes have now been thrown out, and the proposed amendment is now void. The Kentucky Supreme Court ruled today the ballot question on Marsy's law was too vague. Advocates for the amendment say it's only the latest setback in a long battle. And this summer marks season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. The Netflix show is about a student's journey through high school, taking on bullying and sexual assault and suicide. The show made headlines because of the spike in kids researching, planning, and committing suicide following its release. But there are groups in Eastern Kentucky putting together a series of their own to educate students and parents on the statistics behind the trend.
This project can help kids like them and other students to be able to cope with issues and how to work through them and who to talk to and find the tools needed to cope with that stuff.
They hope to have the series out to schools by the spring of 2020. And a generous donor in Williamsburg has helped K-9 units at the police department get protective gear. Police say the donor realized how much work the K-9s were going through and wanted to help out in any way they could. Among the products they purchased were first aid kits, a vest with cooling packs for high temperatures, and a bullet and stab resistant vest. Among many others, police say they appreciate the help as the equipment is needed and their budget would not allow for it.
Dogs get shot in the line of duty, they get stabbed in the line of duty, they get hit by vehicles, they die from heat exhaustion. So it's a big deal.
Police say the gear totals close to $3,000. And today marked the first day of the 5th annual Perry County Fair. For the first time, sea lions are a part of the festivities. The sea lions are trained to do backflips, dance, balance a ball, and much more. The owners of the exhibit say their job working with the animals is very rewarding.
It's fun and great to meet a lot of people, and we travel all around the country, so it's great.
The sea lions will perform at 5:30 and 7:30 the remaining days of the fair. Kids will also have the opportunity to take a picture with the sea lions after their performance at the Perry County Park. An RFG Society, a coffee shop in Pike County, is working to become a tourist stop. Owner Jerica Taylor says she sees people from all over because the location of her shop is perfect for tourists who are traveling through Elkhorn City. She said she is often blessed to meet people from all over and has now placed a map on her wall to allow them a chance to leave their mark.
It's just awesome seeing all these people coming from away from here, and I mean way away from here.
Taylor recently made coffee for a man from the Netherlands who was cycling through the area. Follow the RFG Society Facebook page to keep up with their visitors. Coming up at 11, tensions are high in Memphis today after a night of violent protests. But first, incredible satellite photos show the power of wind.
And temperatures will become chilly overnight with plenty of sunshine for your Friday. I'll have the rest of your forecast coming up.